Welcome to Breaking Wire. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. For years, New York City's coastline was a shadow of its former self, a forgotten edge where the city met the sea. Once a place of bustling activity and natural beauty, it slowly faded into neglect. The harbor, which had once teemed with fish, birds, and boats, became polluted and barren, its waters eerily still and empty. Centuries of dumping waste, sewage, and toxic chemicals turned the water cloudy and lifeless. The harbor became a dumping ground, its natural rhythms disrupted by human carelessness. Natural habitats like salt marshes and oyster reefs, once vital to the ecosystem, vanished. In their place, eroding mudflats and cold concrete seawalls stretched along the coast, offering little shelter for wildlife. With every storm, the shoreline shrank further, battered by waves and rising tides. The city was left increasingly exposed to the forces of nature. The water's stench and emptiness drove people away. Once a gathering place, the waterfront became a place to avoid, its former charm lost. Fishing industries that had thrived for generations collapsed. Children grew up, never knowing the joy of catching crabs or watching schools of fish dart through clear water. The city's connection to the water was lost, replaced by neglect and decay. Overgrown weeds and cracked concrete became the new normal. Scientists searching for signs of life found only sludge and silence. The harbor, once alive with movement, had become a graveyard beneath the waves. No oyster reefs, no seagrass beds, no fish nurseries, just emptiness. The intricate web of life that once flourished here had unraveled. The harbor's decline left New York vulnerable to storms like Hurricane Sandy. When the storm hit, devastating floods swept through the city, a stark reminder of nature's power. The coast, once a source of pride and protection, became a warning, a living lesson in what happens when nature is ignored and abused. The vibrant coast that greeted the first settlers, full of promise and life, was gone. In its place stood a stark, altered landscape. The city had turned its back on its greatest natural asset, forgetting the vital role the harbor once played in its history and prosperity. The consequences were clear: a dead shoreline, a city at risk, and a future uncertain unless something changed. But change was on the horizon. A new generation began to see the value in restoration, determined to bring life back to the water's edge. The story of New York's coast was about to be rewritten as hope and action returned to the city's forgotten shoreline. Amid the decline, a new idea emerged. What if life itself could heal the coast? Instead of more concrete, scientists and community leaders proposed restoring living systems, marshes, native grasses, and especially oyster reefs. This approach, called living shoreline restoration, aimed to rebuild nature's own defenses. Unlike seawalls, living shorelines adapt and grow stronger over time. Oysters and plants could clean water, create habitat, and buffer waves naturally. The idea spread from classrooms to community meetings, inspiring hope and action. New Yorkers remembered their city's roots, built on oyster shells and rich ecosystems. What began as a bold theory became a mission to restore a lost piece of the city's natural heritage. The movement was gaining momentum. At the heart of this ambitious vision was the eastern oyster, a keystone species that plays a crucial role in the ecosystem. Once abundant in New York Harbor, these oysters were a vital part of the local economy and culture. Oyster reefs once covered over 200,000 acres, shaping the ecosystem and supporting a diverse array of marine life, from fish to crabs. Oysters are natural water filters. A single oyster can clean up to 50 gallons of water a day, significantly improving water quality. Their filtering clears the water, allowing sunlight to reach underwater plants like eelgrass, which are essential for a healthy marine environment. Oyster reefs provide shelter for hundreds of species, reviving the food web and enhancing biodiversity in the harbor. These reefs also act as natural breakwaters, absorbing wave energy and reducing coastal erosion, protecting the shoreline. By restoring oysters, New York could clean its water, rebuild habitats, and protect its shores, all at once, creating a sustainable future. Oysters are silent workers, building a living defense system against storms and rising seas, offering a natural solution to climate challenges. Their return promised not just environmental recovery, but resilience for the city, fostering a sense of community and hope. The humble oyster became the symbol of hope for a living harbor, inspiring future generations to care for their environment. The stage was set for a transformation, as the city embraced the power of nature to heal and thrive. The Billion Oyster Project took on the challenge of restoring New York's coastline. Launched in 2014, its goal 1 billion oysters in the harbor by 2035. The project collects used oyster shells from restaurants, cures them, and uses them as homes for new oyster larvae. Students and volunteers build reef structures and deploy them across the city's waters. The project is as much about education as restoration, training young environmental stewards. Scientists monitor the reefs, tracking their growth and impact. Community groups help build and deploy reefs, giving locals a direct role in healing their environment. The effort unites city agencies, schools, nonprofits, and businesses. The Billion Oyster Project is a symbol of collaboration and hope. New York was betting on nature and its people to bring the coast back to life. The results of years of restoration efforts are now visible in places like Jamaica Bay and the Bronx River, where the landscape is being transformed before our eyes. In Jamaica Bay, newly established oyster reefs have not only cleared the water, but also revived once vanishing seagrass beds, creating a healthier underwater environment for countless species. Fish are returning in greater numbers, and sensitive species like seahorses, once rare in these waters, are making a comeback, signaling a healthier ecosystem. Birds such as elegant egrets and majestic herons now hunt in the shallows, taking advantage of the abundance of small fish and aquatic life supported by the reefs. In the Bronx River, oyster reefs are hard at work filtering the water and buffering waves, transforming what was once a polluted, neglected area into a thriving habitat. Residents are noticing more shorebirds and fish along the shoreline, and even dolphins have been spotted swimming in the harbor, a rare and exciting sight that speaks to the improving health of these waters. The waterfront, once avoided due to pollution and neglect, is now a place of discovery, recreation, and community pride, drawing families and nature lovers alike. These changes may be gradual, but they are unmistakable. Each season brings new growth, as juvenile oysters attach to the reefs and help build a foundation for future generations. Every new reef brings more life, more diversity, and a renewed sense of hope to the city's once forgotten shores, creating a ripple effect throughout the ecosystem. The revival is real, and it's happening right now, under the surface and along the shoreline, as wildlife returns and habitats flourish. New Yorkers are witnessing the return of a living, breathing coastline, reconnecting with nature in ways that seemed impossible just a few years ago. The city's waters are truly coming back to life, offering hope for the future and a reminder of nature's incredible resilience. Within just a couple of years, restored reefs spark dramatic change. Oysters grow, filter water, and attract new life, crustaceans, fish, and more. Biodiversity increases, and reefs reduce wave energy, protecting the shore. Restoration has also transformed how people relate to the coast. The Billion Oyster Project has engaged thousands of students, creating green jobs and future scientists. The waterfront is now a living classroom and a source of community pride. Parks with living shorelines attract visitors for fishing, kayaking, and bird watching. Revived coastlines make neighborhoods safer and more vibrant. Environmental restoration is also social restoration, healing both water and community. The coast is no longer dead. It's a place of hope and activity. New York's shoreline is alive again, thanks to nature and people working together. The transformation is undeniable. New York's coastal revival is a message of hope for cities everywhere. Over 100 million oysters now filter trillions of gallons of water each year. The project's success is built on teamwork. Students, scientists, restaurants, and volunteers all play a part. Living shorelines show that working with nature is more effective than fighting against it. Oysters, grasses, and marshes offer cleaner water, more wildlife, and stronger communities. The model is inspiring similar projects worldwide. We are not separate from nature. We are part of it, with the power to heal. With creativity and collaboration, we can restore wild coasts for future generations. The silent shores are singing again, filled with life and promise.